Hello there and welcome to this powerful program, and this is going to be for you. Okay, so because you are watching this, it means that you want to change something in your life, and what better time to do it than right at this moment at now o'clock. So my name's Terry Messenger, and I am upstairs in my abode, and I am bringing the fire to you to help you transition into the next phase of your life. Now, a transition means that you are somewhere, okay? So you are over here in the now, and over here is where you want to transition to. So in actual fact, what happens is, as a lifestyle coach, as a master NLP trainer, as someone who is constantly helping people to break addictions, as someone who is helping people to quit bad habits, as someone who has seen war vets break free from depression, people that feel helpless, people that felt like they just couldn't do and get to where they wanted to go in life, suddenly made the transition. So I call it the bridge to your destination. So what better time than now to go from a transition where you are standing here, where you are, and you are looking over to the other side. Hello everyone, as you are jumping on, and you're looking over onto the other side to where you want to go. Now, rule number one, guys, and really this is possibly the most powerful rule that I would have, and perhaps only the only rule, and that is you must have a very vivid description of what you want. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, can I ask you to grab yourself a pen and paper? If you are watching this live, then you are going to bring your intention, we are going to bring the energy, we are going to bring the power to this group. And what we're going to do is, everybody, as they jump on and watch the replay, and they'll have 7 days to watch it, will also be able to feel that energy, and every time somebody clicks play, the energy of this and the power of your intention to move forward into the next dimension, because we are in a little bit of a transition period. Would you agree, guys? So we're over here on this side, we're looking over at the future, and we are about to take a great big leap. I want you to think about it as a quantum leap. Now, you're going to have to do the work. I'm going to have to get you to really commit to what you are going to bring for the next dimension of your life. So this is serious. And unless you are very intentional and you are prepared for change, this is a waste of time for you. If you're absolutely really wanting to create something epic for your future, if you know there's things you want to improve, if there is something that you would love to have and you know you want it, you really, really want it, all as you need to do is you need to have that vision in your mind. And I'm going to help you, because not everybody is a visionary person. So if you haven't got a pen and a piece of paper, I'm going to get you to grab one. I will be seated in just a moment because I'm going to ask you some questions. Now, for those on the replay, you simply pause and write down. You can write down the questions that I'm going to give you, and then you can even start answering it. So as you answer, and when you come back onto the replay, that's when you can really do the inner work. So number one, Have you got your pen and paper? What is the goal, the one desired goal for the next dimension of my life? And in this case, guys, we are going into 2019. So I want you to imagine that you're going in with a life jacket. I want you to imagine that you are taking a risk. I want you to visualize that you're actually on an aeroplane and you are scared. In fact, you are so frightened. You are so nervous because you're about to jump out of a plane. And I'm not sure whether you've ever done that before, you guys. And hello to everyone as you're jumping on. I'm not sure whether you've ever jumped out of an aircraft before. However, would you agree you would have some adrenaline? You would have that heart rush, and you would have had to have done a couple of things. Firstly, you would have had to have a vision in your mind that I want to do this. I want to leap. I want to take that plunge. Number two, you would be taking a risk. You know that it would be a risk, and also there would be some nerves. Now, I need to tell you that all the nerves you've ever had about making change, all the fear you've ever felt before is about to be transmuted, and it is about to be transformed into the person that you want to be. Okay, so I'm going to get myself into a more of a peaceful, blissful, and more sedate situation by taking a seat on my chair. And I'm going to begin to ask you guys some very important questions. So my first question to you is, as you know, what is your desired goal? So make sure that you have written that down. If you're watching the playback, you can answer it and pause this as you go along. Question number 2. What is it that you must do in order to actually get it? Okay, so there is something that obviously you need to do. So what is it that you must do? So just write down what must I do to get it? Okay, so that's the second one. Number 3, and possibly the most important question of all, because this is going to be the question that you are raising to the universe. This is going to be the question that you are bringing to your faith, to God, to the universe, to whatever your belief is. Why? Why do you want it? So you've got three questions you've asked yourself, and you can write down. If you're watching the playback, you can pause and you can write, why is it that I want that goal? Okay, so now the last question is the vision. What is your vision? So now what I want you to do is I want you to put down, what will I see? What will I hear? And what will I feel? Now, in Think and Grow Rich, it is a very powerful element, that auto-suggestion, which Napoleon Hill talks about when he's talking about bringing riches, when he's talking about bringing success, when he's talking about bringing the life that you want. He talks about auto-suggestion, and that means imprinting it on your 5 senses. So the things that you would write down is, what do you see? What do you see? So you can put, what do I see? And then as you put down what do you see, you can pause this and you can answer that question. And the next part is, what do I hear? What do you hear? So if I'm perhaps looking at impacting thousands of people's lives, and I'm looking at building a wealth empire, I will see perhaps lots of people. I will see my surroundings. Perhaps I like the thought of being in nature and, you know, amongst greenery. Perhaps I can hear people laughing. Perhaps I can get the feeling of what that's like. Where do you feel it? Now, this is the most important part. Whereabouts do you feel it? Now, remember, guys, you can do the work when this is finished, or if you're watching the replay, you can hit pause as you answer those questions. So you have now answered, what do you see? What do you hear? And what do you feel? Okay, so here is the next part. So this is the part where you've really got to start doing the work. What has been holding you back? Like when you look at that goal, when you check your goal that you want to transition to the next dimension, what is it that's been holding you back? Well, I'm about to tell you exactly what has been holding you back, because this is a fact of life. This is scientifically proven, and this is absolute. The only thing that has been holding you back is you and what is between your ears. So that means that if you are creating a goal around your success, or if you are creating a goal around relationships, or if you are creating a goal around, you know, a feeling of freedom or health or your body or whatever it is that you want, you have a little story, and it's the story that we are going to dissolve, because that story is the structure that is actually set up inside your subconscious mind. And it is your subconscious mind that is running your whole life. Now, I want to honor all the people on here that are watching, because I know there's people that have even taken a break to watch this. So I'm going to move forward now very quickly. And I am going to ask you the question. If you had to make one decision, a decision in your life that you need to change, okay? So it is a decision that it may be. So for example, if it is around your physical body, it may be that the decision you make is that you will actually begin to eat your way into a slim, fit, healthy body. If it is that you are going to have more money, it may be that you are going to honor and be grateful for money, and you're going to treat it like it is your baby, and you are going to really give it so much more attention than what you gave it before. If it is your health, it may be that you are going to start eating in a certain way, or you're going to start doing things in a certain way. And I want to say hello to all of you who have jumped on, and welcome to this powerful edition. And we are making a decision about what it is that you're going to need to do. Now, the next part, and remember, if you're watching the replay, you can pause and always listen to the question as you write it down. So we had a lot of questions that we asked before. You've got 7 days if you're watching on this, and unless you have purchased this program. So now the next part is this. You are the sum of the people that you actually hang around with. Now, Napoleon Hill talks about this as a mastermind team. So that means there's even a little saying that we must not share. We must not share our dreams and our goals with just anybody and everybody, with the world. So your deepest desires that you truly want, really, they are to be discussed with very specific people. And Napoleon Hill calls this a mastermind team. Now, you may be in a situation where you really want to be able to go forward. You may be in a job that perhaps you're not happy with, or you may be wanting to achieve greater success in an area, but there's someone in your family that may be just well-meaningly, giving you advice, and you know that the advice is not good, or there may be a negative kind of connotation around you. I think you guys will know what I mean, because that is just the way of the world. Many people love to give advice. Many people will not see our goals and actually support them, because what they'll do is, instead of saying, wow, that is a fabulous goal. And I know that you may know some people who fully support your goals. However, we're talking about the people that tend to have the criticism, the doubt, and they put those seeds of doubt into your mind. So those people may be loved ones. They may be a parent, or they may be a sibling. In which case, what you need to do, how do you actually create it so that when you are around your loved ones, or if you're around friends that are well-meaning, what do you do? Well, this is called detachment. However, you must actually make an intention to do this, because that means that this person has got energy that may be affecting the goal that you are wanting to achieve. So I want you to ask yourself the question, who would be, what or who would be affecting the goal that I want to achieve? Now, obviously it's somebody who is close. It's somebody that may be around you. Now, rather than thinking that we need to do anything radical, what we can do is what I call detach. That means that you make an executive decision. You could write, who do I need to detach myself from to attain this goal? Okay, so it may be someone who you love dearly. And yet, when you are making an intention to the universe that you are stepping out of that doubtful energy, you are stepping away from any of the things that are causing the seeds of doubt. And this is why we need to be very careful with who we share our goals and dreams with. Well, then we stand in our own power and we make that intention to actually detach. So who and what do you need to detach yourself from? Now, by detaching yourself, you are setting yourself free. Okay, so now you will by now have all these questions that you've written down. And with all these questions that you've written down, I'm going to do a meditation in the next 5 minutes. Now, for those of you who are here watching live, I am very, very grateful, and I'm going to recommend that you're going to do the work. You're going to go back and you're going to look at those questions that you have written down. You're going to do the work, and then you're going to do the meditation. You're going to experience the meditation in just a moment, and you can listen to it as many times as you like, because this is really going to imprint on your subconscious mind what it is that you want. The other intention that I want to make for you guys is that when you're actually listening to the replay, after you've done the work, after you've actually created all of the things and you've answered your questions, you are going to, by listening to the meditation, it is going to make the meditation so very, very powerful. So I am so excited to share that with you. All right. So, okay. So now the last couple of questions, we've got a couple of questions here, which are the most important questions of all. Now you are looking at where you are, you're looking at moving to the next dimension and shooting that goal. You've decided to jump out of a plane. You're nervous. You've made the decision. It's too late now. You've just got to jump, okay? And with that jump, it is the most freeing free fall, and you land in this amazing patch. You stand up and you have become this future person. Who is the person, you guys, that you have become? Who have you become? Now, let me give you an example. You are you are a pure soul. And here's the thing, life is empty and meaningless and has absolutely no meaning whatsoever until you came into the world, grew up, and learnt from your parents, who learnt from their parents, who learnt from their parents' parents, and so forth and so on. And that is how you developed your beliefs. So life is empty and meaningless until you gave it its meaning. So the meaning that each and every one of you have around money, have around health, have around fun, have around contribution is going to be different. So when you ask yourself the question, who do I need to become? Who do you need to become to actually acquire that goal that you are about to actually transform into? Are you a person of great stature who has patience, tolerance? Are you a person that has a pleasing personality? Are you a person that actually makes it your deliberate intention to talk to people, even if you're shy, to break through your barriers and know that you've given a whole new meaning to fear now? Instead of looking fear in the face and feeling nervous and feeling like you want to shrink back and run away, instead you have a new meaning about fear. You have this meaning that fear means you're tottering on the edge of something that is absolutely profound. You are about to make this huge change. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? So because you're about to do that, you'll know that fear will never, ever feel the same again. If you have a sick day, you'll never look at it like a sick day again. Instead, you'll see it as a new meaning. You'll give it the meaning that this is just my inner GPS telling me that I need to do something different. I need to put something in my body. I need to be healthy. I need to take that walk every day. I need to be strong. If you're broke, if you haven't got enough money, then you know that you need to do something about that. Now here is the thing. Who are you going to become? Make sure you write that down, guys. And what is the action step you are going to take? Now, I'm going to give you a little tip about the action step that I have started to take, and it comes from the Miracle Morning, which I know a lot of you guys have actually heard about. Some of you may not have. The guy that wrote the Miracle Morning actually died, and then he came back to life, and he had to rebuild his brain all over again. Now, it just so happens that alongside with this particular guy I'm talking about who wrote Miracle Morning, my two mentors, one male and one female, both had a stroke at the age of 40. And what they did was they rebuilt their life. They didn't see it as, oh my gosh, this is a catastrophe. They saw it as their platform to actually move on, which is what I'm getting you to do. I'm getting you to transmute any of your negativities and what has been holding you back and transmute it, okay? So with that, what had actually happened is these guys rebuilt themselves through meditation. They built themselves through meditation, and the guy who wrote The Miracle Morning decided he would get up every single morning, and the first thing he would do is he would bring the energy and the power to his mind through exercising, through running, and through instilling into his mind exactly all the things that he needed to do. So I made it. The action step that I took, because I'm getting back to what action are you going to take? So the action step that I took was, number one, I decided I would go from being a nighttime person to a morning person. So I am getting up. Hello, everyone, as you're jumping on. I am getting up early in the morning. Every morning I move my body. Every morning I am grateful, and I put it into my cells. I put it into my mind. I put it into my body. Exactly what I'm grateful for, what I'm wanting to call into my life as the power of intention. And I want to tell you guys, you can do the same thing. What action are you going to take that is going to transmute your future, where you're going over to, into the next dimension to make you the power, the person, and it's who you were born to be, because you're watching this. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're watching this, you were meant to be here. You were meant to be watching this so you can become everything that you deserve and more. So now you've had those two last questions. I want you guys to answer those questions. I'm going to sign off now. I am going to come back with a meditation that is going to be, it's going to lock into place all of the things you write down. Now, this is serious, guys. The meditation that I'm going to bring is my government accreditation. It is going to be the next part, the next sequence I'm bringing to this group. So do the inner work. Answer all those questions that I just asked you, and with the intention, we are going to bring into life not just who you are becoming, we are going to instill the actions. We are going to instill every single part that you have created, and we're going to transmute, we're going to convert all those fears, all those negativities. We're going to make them your absolute power to run you across that finishing line so you can win this race, so you can win this challenge. And this is not a competition, guys. You're not competing against each other. You are simply competing with yourself. You are competing to be the greatest version of you ever. So my name's Terry Messenger. I want you to write down those questions. I want you to do the inner work. I did warn you that you would have to do the work. However, when I come back, I am going to drop a powerful hypnosis meditation into this group, especially to bring everything you write to life. So it's better to finish, to make sure you've listened to this audio, to make sure you've answered the questions. Feel free to private message me if you've got any questions, and then we are going to move into the greatest meditation process that is going to bring your goal, your dream to life. And I wish you the most amazing, happiest and healthiest moment, and I'll see you soon for the next powerful sequence.